Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Happy Sunday. I am up at my mom and dad's house, and my mom's going to assist me in a couple minutes here. Super excited about this video. This is a preview for our sale coming up tomorrow, which is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bully Run Coffee on Jeremy's channel, as most of you already know. This piece was out on my desk and I wanted to do a quick show and tell. This is not for sale. This is not in the sale, but I wanted to do a quick show and tell. And why I brought this on is to show you all why I say don't store celluloid next to metal. I made this necklace in, I think this was I want to say 2012 or 2014. And this celluloid body was on the handle of a celluloid razor blade. And the rest of the razor blade was completely disintegrated. So I carefully sawed this out of the ivory celluloid. And I then enameled these wings, and I made all these pendants, and I hand sawed out that, and I put it on an old chain. I've shown this before, but this was out on my desk, and I used an antique coral drop, and then I set all these little stones, and I did all of the enameling. Anyways, I always wanted an Art Nouveau original of this style of necklace, and I couldn't afford one, and I couldn't find one. So I made myself one. Why I show you this is the end result of, quote, going green and saving something, rescuing a part off of something else. And that celluloid body was decomposing because the celluloid was next to steel, because it was a razor blade. So this, a shaving razor, this was, completely crumbling. So I cut her out, and look how beautiful the end result is. I love this necklace. I still wear it, and the oxidation says I still wear this. But I wanted to show you this because why I do my videos on educational, and I really don't know why my camera is struggling with me today, but it will not focus. I don't know why, but we'll be patient with it. Sometimes in life, that's the way it works out. I was going to start the video with this box. Why I say do not store celluloid next to metal is this. So I say, do as I say, not as I do. This was my own fault, and I will take ownership of this. Years and years and years ago, I packed up my studio. We're talking 15 to 20 years ago. Actually, it's been 20 years ago when I packed up my studio. And what I did wrong here was I stored a celluloid hair comb that didn't look like this. It just looked like a normal celluloid hair comb. And I stored, it had all of its stones, and it was all complete, and it had two long tines that came off of this to hold this jeweled ornamentation into the hair. I stored this, and it was not like this. It was clear amber color. I stored this next to this, and I made a mistake. You can see that the brass, like I've said before, brass will have a chemical reaction with celluloid. The reason for that is a multitude of reasons. Celluloid has a camphor body, if you will. In the chemical composition of celluloid, a high degree of camphor. For some reason, over time, that releases fumes, it releases chemical, and then you have an interaction between the metal and the camphor in the celluloid. I'm sure a scientist could explain it better. I don't need science when I see proof of this. So whenever you open a button box and you smell that pungent camphor smell, you'll never forget it. If you open grandma's button tin that's been closed for decades, you'll smell camphor. That's the fact that there's celluloid and brass very close to each other. You might find celluloid buttons that look like this. I will show you how fragile this is. And this is so far gone, I can harvest the rhinestones out of it. But look how fragile this is. It just... Watch, I didn't even put very much pressure on it, and it crumbles. It just completely crumbles and falls apart because the celluloid is sick. And look at the dust that creates. And look at the stones, the way they just completely fall out because the celluloid is sick. Look what also the celluloid did. It rusted these cut steel buckle. It rusted all of this. Look at the corrosion ate through the steel, and I lost this whole part of the buckle to corrosion and rust. So please, please, please do not store celluloid items next to metal. It also corroded this amazing Art Deco enamel necklace. And this was just a portion of a necklace. Look at the corrosion on the rhodium plating. That's because the celluloid was right next to this. You can see that celluloid sickness will spread very, very quickly. It also spread to these brass rosettes that held rhinestones in sew-on trim. So this celluloid, I don't know why the camera's struggling still, but it is. The celluloid made all of this metal rust and corrode, and the sickness of the celluloid was because it was stored next to metal. I can rescue this. It will take some time. I'll probably do a video on the restoration on this, how I will choose to restore this. But this is too far gone. And once the celluloid does this, it must be thrown away. There's no way to fix this or reverse that. And you can see that it also spread to this amazing fob. I think this had a compass or it had a photo. So 6 minutes in, we're here not to learn about this specifically, but I wanted a learning moment because these were out on my desk. Why we are here today, as I clean this all out, I'm going to pause the video and wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I feel so much better that I washed my hands, and I wanted to show you my rings today. I made this one, that is the lemon citrine, and I made the whole mounting, completely hand fabricated. And this one is the smoky quartz in sterling, and I hand fabricated that whole mounting. You always ask to see my rings, and my nail polish was from a viewer, Vonda. Thank you so much for sending me my nail polish. I absolutely loved it. So for those that don't like it, blame Vonda. So I so appreciate you, Vonda. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And welcome in, everybody. I did wash my hands, and you might ask me, why did I put the celluloid lady out of the razor blade handle on sterling silver? There is usually no interaction between sterling silver and celluloid, okay? So don't ask me why, but there's not. So that will be safe and sound for a very long time. So I wanted to clear that up as well because that's probably on your mind. So we're going to do this preview, and my mom, hey mom, say hi to everybody.
Hello everybody.
Here she is. She's going to help me out. So these are Venetian glass earrings. And thank you all so much for joining in. I love the foiling on these. And these are dangle drop earrings. So that's coming to the sale tomorrow. And we're just going to go crazy. We're going to go quick, quick, quick. So these are lucite earrings. And these are from the 1950s. I loved how fun these were. This kind of amoeba shape in that moon glow lucite. Definitely very cool. Love the color. Love the freeform. Absolutely awesome for rhinestone earrings. Then we're going to go into this 10 karat gold ring. I love bringing gold to the sales because intrinsically gold has a lot of value, and I like to bring affordable things and beautiful things. So if you're in the market for a ruby and diamond spray ring, this is for you. So please be at the sale tomorrow night. And unfortunately, I don't have Jeremy's items here, and he's going to be bringing on around 60 lots of amazing vintage jewelry from Crown Trafari, Miriam Haskell, some rhinestones, a beautiful Weiss set I wish I had for this preview. So you're only seeing about half of what we're bringing. This one's Brutalist, sterling silver and amethyst from around the late 1970s. Great size on this ring and wonderful stone. Everybody loved my amethyst the last time, so I decided, hey, I'm going to bring some more on. This one is some sort of hard stone, probably in the agate family. I liked the translucency of the stone. There was that translucent area, and I liked that this was a stone that had fractured, and then Mother Nature repaired it. Those are not fissure cracks that you can feel. Those are in the growth of the stone set in sterling silver, and I really loved that mounting. So very sizable too. I like the size of the bail. Do you like that one?
Oh, very much.
Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. Would you wear it?
This would be one that I would fall in love
Yeah,
with.
you'd probably wear it. These are green garnets. I got very lucky and very fortunate, and my mom knows this. I did buy a collection of rings that were green garnets. These are genuine green garnet, micro pave, sterling silver. Again, just a very beautiful everyday ring, and I liked that profile. I liked that it sunk down in. Very wearable for everyday. Thanks, Mom. And then this one is Artisan created. I'm more well known for such one-of-a-kind behind things. This is sterling silver. It is hand soldered together. The split shank made in the very, if you will, Native American style or Mexican style. Not sure on the green stone on that, but it is a natural stone. And I just loved that raindrop border because of what I do with my things, or vintage things. And this is one that I made, and look how cool that looks with it. I've always loved that kind of modern, simple design. So there's that ring, and I think that will definitely find a home. This one's another green garnet, and when I brought this one on, it's slightly fancier than the other one with the side stones, and this is a larger size ring. I think it's like 9.5 or 10. I didn't measure any of these yet, but the construction was just fantastic. I did test all of these for sterling as well, because I don't want to sell something that it's not. This one is unusual, and I know you're probably saying, slow down. I can't slow down today because we've got so much to get through. These are natural ruby, that is turquoise. The rest of this is fancy colored sapphire and tourmaline, oxidized sterling silver made in India, and I loved this. Very unique color combination, and I wanted to bring something on like this to see if this resonates with a buyer, to see if someone would love this as I drop it. At least no stones fell out, right? So there's that. I loved that one. Yeah. More contemporary. Thanks, Mom. And then this one is 10 karat gold, and I loved this kind of coffin shape or Lawson shape, table cut citrine. Notice that has a very large table, and then just a very few facets behind. Very simple, everyday wear, and that's perfect for a citrine baby in 10 karat gold and vintage. So that one I loved. My mom is pointing these out because she really loves these. And I'm known for, again, artisan made pieces, and this is without exception. Black onyx, this kind of chevron design, mixed metal with brass, and garnets that fully articulate. Pierced earrings on this one. And I wanted to make sure that everything was cleaned and ready to go. So I loved those. I thought those were magnificent for artistry. These are CZ, but they look like diamonds. These are 14 karat gold pierced earrings, and I've been having a lot of requests for gold earrings. So I figured I would bring those on for CZ. The look of diamonds, but not the price. So I wanted to bring on affordable. This is a very large green garnet in the center, and then green garnets down the side. And I really loved the construction of this, that kind of bypass or kiss mounting, and very wearable size. Kind of everyday, dress up or dress down. So I love the depth of color of that one. Hopefully you're seeing some things that you would really like in this one. Mom, what do you think so far?
I think you're doing fantastic.
You think so? Did I bring on enough of a variable?
Yes,
maybe?
Very much.
Okay, good. So, and look at us getting along for all of those people that say me and my mom don't love each other.
Gosh.
I know, right? I know. I told my mom, we got a comment that was like, not so nice. And my mom was like, just ignore them. So, and
like, give me a break.
I know. There she goes. This does have one marcasite out, but beautiful Art Deco. This is a faceted, I just don't know what to say about this. Original chain, original construction, sterling silver, right around 1925, 1930. Loved that for an Art Deco necklace. And I might be able to fix that. I might not be able to, but probably will be able to, but we'll see. We'll see if I got time to fix that one. This is aquamarine and blue diamond, and incredible. This ring, I bought this with the Green Garnet collection. This lady spent a ton of money. Look at the construction of this one with that cabochon aquamarine, blue diamond border across the shoulders, that open work, and that's gold plated. That's not real gold on there. That's plated. And then look at that deco design. Very unusual combination of styles. Did you see that one up close?
I did.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. And then we go to this one because rings were so popular. I brought this in a past video. This is Artisan created. Everybody asked me to buy it. That's a cabochon amethyst, very modernist, 1950s, 1960s, studio movement. very good size, and look how large it is on the hand, but very wearable. And that is actually something that I would consider wearing. I would really love to, have a home though. I don't know, something about that one. Oh, you're pointing at this one. She's like, do this one next. And look, I'm going to take orders from my mom today. She's going to boss me around for a change. So this is sterling silver, charite in the top, art glass in the center, and then this beautiful moonstone in the bottom. And my mom loved this one, and she's got her eye on it. She's got her eye on it. But I love this dichroic glass, and look at the size of it. When I go after something, I kind of want always the statement piece. So like if you like delicate and little, I still have that, like the stud earrings, and I try to buy across the board. I tried to find something for everybody in our sales. And like I said, Jeremy's collection this time is insane. This is a stabilized turquoise stone, blue topaz, not sure on the clear stones. Might be little diamonds, I'm not sure, but look at that gallery on that one. Yowza. I think I may have brought this to the last sale. Maybe I did. I don't remember, but it's back. And so there's a peridot in sterling silver. The quality of these stones is why I went after this one. You can find these rings pretty much all the time, but why I went after this one, look how huge the center stone is. And peridot is very expensive when you get into this size stone and that kind of color. That saturation of that limey yellow-green, that's the peridot you want to see. That's definitely, and a 5-stone ring, what's great about this is when these bands get this wide, it's uncomfortable on the sides sometimes. Not this one, nope, not that one at all. It doesn't go down that far. Now, sometimes these go down way too far. They get very uncomfortable. Love this ring. Love it. This one's unusual. This one's sterling silver in the Bombay design. It's all open work. Look how much, it's almost like there's less metal than there is metal. Look how it looks like lace and then diamond cut across the surface. Sterling silver, and when it's on, look how beautiful that is for this peekaboo style airy dome. I've always loved this ring. There's been something about it that's been with me probably 12 or 15 years, I would say. And all of a sudden I thought, you know what? Someone's going to love that, so that can go. These are beautiful little diamond stud earrings, and these are real diamonds. They're in 10 karat gold, but micro pave. So they look like one big stone when they're in your ear. The scintillation and the fire in these in gold, absolutely incredible. I did put the rubber backs on because a lot of times the clutches are not strong enough to stay on there. Fully hallmarked 10 karat, and I did test everything. So hopefully you will love those. I hope someone goes home with those diamond earrings. And then this one, another green garnet, and this one has diamonds. This one has yellow diamonds and white diamonds down the side, micro pave, and look at that center green garnet. Loved the style of the mounting. Again, very large size finger. I think it's a 9 or so, maybe a 9.5. I wouldn't recommend sizing this down because you will start to lose some of those stones. Anytime you close the metal down, you have a great tendency to lose them. So if that doesn't fit, unfortunately, there's no sizing involved in something like that. Beautiful. My mom loves this. Now, Mama Chola came in the last time and she said, I have to have the frog pot. Well, I went back to the store. It's a secondhand store here. And I went back to the store and I was joking with Jeremy and I said, wouldn't it be cool if I found another frog pot? And I walked in, same artist as the other frog pot. Mama Chola's was bright yellow on this kind of turquoise. This one's much more camouflage, you don't see him or her as much. Look at the gesture and the face. So this is the last one. These were artisan created and completely hand thrown. And Mama Chola knows because she got hers and she loves hers. But look at that frog. Look how wet he looks, or she looks. Loved that gesture, I'm all about this, and it's so small. Look how little this one is. Mama Chola's was much, much bigger. So there's that one, so hopefully someone else can win that. And then I didn't want to do too many rhinestones, but I've often loved these snake bracelets. This is newer. People would say it's like 50s. No. This one's probably late 70s, early 80s, probably more into the 80s. Look at all of these beautiful rhinestones. All of them are there. And the silver plated mesh, this fits any size wrist as well. Loved the tail, loved the head. Gotta love that, you know? This is great. My mom wanted me to show you this one. This is a gemstone carving, and it's an angel or fertility goddess. I loved the way the artist chose to have her body this deep kind of wine color, and then this beautiful druzy, natural druzy that runs up through the bodice, the body into the feet. Something about this, look how small. So very small. And I said to Jeremy, can we start bringing some small pieces? Because people like me are running out of room in their houses and they're downsizing. And I said, hey, can we do some things that are, smaller scale? This one I had to bring. I just decided I wanted to. This is absolute. These were sold on QVC as the, very strong diamond simulant. You can see why people think that they're diamonds. That scintillation and fire is absolutely gorgeous. It is in solid 14 karat white gold. Good size, and why, again, people love these. Great for travel, great for everyday wear. So I think that stone's about a probably a carat and a half synthetic of a diamond, but I loved it for wearability. And look how thick the prongs are. When I go after contemporary like this, I want it to look great, and I want it to be very, very strong. I think this stone has like a couple little tiny scratches or wear across the table of the stone, but just, again, I want it affordable. I wanted to bring something that's affordable. Mom, would you wear that one?
Yeah.
Would you? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then this one, it's not going to fit in for right now, but it'll fit in the box when I go to... Here, let me zoom out just a little bit. Let me zoom out. I don't know why I'm yelling all of a sudden. I get so loud. I get excited. That's what the problem is. So this is Ohio art pottery in this kind of lava-formed glaze. I love that kind of dance across the surface. Give me a break for the color. Look at how cool that limey green kind of leaching through that forest green. A wax resist in a way, Ohio clay body on the bottom. I would guess maybe brush McCoy on this one. Not exactly sure, because at first I thought Weller copper tone, but it's not Weller. The clay body isn't Weller, but I loved this. Small enough size. Mom, what do you think that is? Like 6.5? Maybe 7?
No, I think bigger than a 6. 7, 8.
Okay, yeah, I love that one too. And my mom pulled this one out. I should put it on black, but I'm going to leave it on the white for right now. A multi-strand pearl necklace, sterling silver and jeweled clasp with a beautiful extender. Very well constructed. When you look at pearls, make sure they're finished with this kind of end cap and the hook. That's a telltale sign of quality. Either that or when they wire wrap the fine silver thread around the ends. Love the quality of these pearls, and everybody has asked me, please bring on more pearls. So I listen to you very closely. Thanks, Mom. I listened to you very closely. One more green garnet ring. I think we're out of green garnets for this sale after this. Look at the border. Someone bought the pendant to this at the last sale. Scooped it up immediately as soon as I put it on. Loved that kind of dot and line border. Sterling silver, great construction. Rhodium plated so won't tarnish as fast. I don't know. I could go on and on and on about that. Grass green. I don't see a lot of people selling green garnet just because they're so expensive. They're very expensive. This should be on black as well. It's not going to read very well. These are just crystal beads. People asked me for an Art Deco necklace in crystal. These are definitely Art Deco. Hand faceted, sterling silver clasp. Beautifully spaced with these almost half round bullet shaped. Beautiful construction on this. Everyday wear again. And a lot of times these are very short. They're 14 inch, a 15 inch, not really wearable for today's people as much. And this one's probably 20 inches is my guess. We'll get all these things measured and bring them back, but I love the faceting on those. If you're after crystal beads, that would be for you. This ring would match perfectly. Look at the fire in this. I bought this, and I did splurge on this. The reason why is this mounting is incredible. Sterling silver, pave up the shank. Look at the fire in that stone. And this is low lighting today, but look at the Mom, look at this. Come here. Peek your head around. And that's okay. Peek your head around. Look at,
Beautiful.
do you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then look at that in low light. Look, if I block out light,
my.
I know, it looks like a giant diamond. So had to have that just because, I don't know, I fell in love with it. I hope someone else would as well. This one is 10 karat gold, and my mom had a ring like this that I remembered when I was a kid. It's 10 karat gold, it's a Lindy Star sapphire, and it's beautiful construction on the shank. Notice how thick the metal is without being cumbersome. Loved this, and my mom had a Lindy Star that she had as a kid, and I always loved that. So that's probably from, what, the late 1960s, Mom?
Probably.
Would you say 60s?
Yeah, 60s.
Yeah. And then this one is interesting. I wanted to come up with some small things that were artisan. This is beautiful because it's functional. Let me grab my ring. Here, I'll grab this. So what this is it's a ring holder by your sink. So you take your diamond ring off so it doesn't go down the drain. This sits by your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink.
Like
and look at, I know you probably do need it. Look, polished on the bottom, artisan constructed. Look at that, like galaxy inside. And I love that little flame or flower accent. There's just something about this one that I've seen these before in lucite, and I like them, and they're functional. This was artisan. This was, pay attention to me, and I'll save your ring from going down the drain. Did you see how that works?
That's
See,
wonderful.
and it's bottom heavy, so it doesn't top over. But isn't that cool?
Nice.
And I saw that at the store and I said, I need that. I need that for my people.
Beautiful color.
I brought these late in a sale the last time, and I hope I don't run out of this time. Some people are asking for wedding band sets. Not easy to find. These are this kind of abstract or I'd say kind of Celtic design, missing a little bit of the blackened surface in there. That's not enamel. It's just oxidation down in there. So that's natural wear of these. The one is a size 10. No, the one is a size 11, and this one's a size 9. They're both 10 karat gold. And I am going to wow you by the price of those. So if you and your loved one, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, or you want to buy them for your parents, you could do that as well as like a renewal of their wedding. I don't know. There was artistry in this. There was a story there. This one's an 11 and this one's a 9. Solid 10 karat gold, very well constructed. Price out wedding bands and let me know what you come up with on price because they're very expensive now. And 10 karat gold holds up better than 14 karat gold. This is in some sort of hard stone. Is it jadeite? I don't really want to make a comment because I don't know, but that's the happiest, chubbiest little Buddha. He'll bring you luck. He's absolutely amazing. I loved his face. How could you not smile with that?
Cute.
I know, isn't he adorable? That looks like me as a little baby. It looked as me as a baby, didn't it?
I just say
'Cause
you were chubby.
I was chubby, but I was mean. Wasn't I mean?
Oh no, you were a good baby.
Was I good?
You were a
So
good baby.
thank you for that. This is sterling silver. Not sure on this. Thought it was dinosaur bone at first. I don't know. But it is sterling in this double kind of peacock design with this fancy bail at the top. I did test it because a lot of these don't test right. That is sterling and magnificent. I loved the directionalness of this. That may speak to your heart as well. This one, opposite side of the spectrum. This is a totally different style than what I normally sell. Pave, baguette, and round CZ. Look at the fretwork underneath. Sterling silver. I believe this was probably HSN at the time. Look at the construction of that. Looks real all day long. So you'll spend a little bit and you'll look like a millionaire. Did you see that one? That's okay.
Did you see where I put the
well,
bag?
that's okay. I don't know where the bag went, but that's okay. Maybe it's that one. Yeah,
It
it's
is
that
this
one.
one.
There
Sorry,
you go.
Jay.
That's okay. No, don't be sorry.
There
no.
we go.
I'm gonna yell at you.
Something different.
I'm gonna throw
Oh,
things.
no.
I'm gonna throw fit. So I know. So one comment can derail me. So that why would someone say that
don't
about us
understand
that we don't get
this.
along? Okay. So hard stone, beautiful angel, and look, she's holding some sort of maybe a chalice. She's absolutely beautiful. I loved the stone on this. Look at the artistry of the stone in there. I thought about keeping this, and then I decided, nope, I have too much right now, and I need to get rid of, and she will find a home with somebody, but she's a hard stone carving. She's beautifully done, and my camera loves her so much it won't even focus on her. It's focusing on her energy rather than her physicalness. That's exactly what I'm seeing with that. That one goes, you know what, this is Jeremy, so I have I have 2 lots from Jeremy's. So if you like costume and you like, affordable costume that's vintage and really cool, this is one of the necklaces that Jeremy is going to bring. I believe that it is unsigned Whiting and Davis based on this clasp and tassel mechanism. Look at that for the gold mesh necklace, but look at the edge of this one. I wish I could show you. Very drippy, and it's all open fringe. Mom, have you seen one like this? Look, here, let me show you. Have you seen, look at this though. Watch this. Have you seen that fringe edge? Because they're normally just the handkerchief fold.
Right.
They don't have that kind of not extra, but that loose and fully articulating loose fringe, but in great condition. A little wear on the clasp just because it is old, but someone else is going to ask a fortune for that, not us. No. We are in the market to sell, baby, sell. Thank you, Mama. Let's do this one. Now, this got a lot of attention when I did the haul video. This is garnet, sterling silver, gold gilded, made to look like some sort of cathedral. Look at the side profile and these little spires. Now, if you're tough on jewelry, probably steer clear because those do stick up. Full transparency in what I sell. I wouldn't want someone to catch that on one of their sweaters that they love. That's definitely a sweater magnet on that one. But I loved the undercarriage, the design, the plating, the condition, and the garnets. I'm a January baby, and I love garnets of all colors. And those are the truest red garnets you'll see. So when you look at that, you go, that's definitely garnets. Where'd our bag go on that one? Oh, you got it. Oh, look at you go. So another pair of diamond stud earrings, because that was a request. These are in white gold, and they're single stones, and that's a buttercup. It's called a buttercup mounting. Looks like the buttercup flowers. Very popular in the late 1940s, early 1950s. Those are 14 karat white gold and beautiful little diamonds. Great color, great clarity. Again, those are everyday wear. If you're understated, elegant, sophisticated, those are your little diamond earrings. Absolutely. Everyday wear. How could you go wrong? This one is Judith Ripka. This is blue. And I said Judith Ripka, and my mom spun around. She was like, excuse me? She was like, what did you say? So sign on the inside, genuine Judith Ripka, beautiful blue sapphire. I'm going to turn the camera up, lighting a little bit. Look at that. Let me turn the lighting up a little bit and lock the camera. Look at that for blue sapphire and sterling silver. Love that. Smaller size, but I really loved those blue sapphire bezel set. Love it. Do you have the other one of that? There's a citrine one. Let's do that one next.
This one is right here.
And I only brought 2 Judith Ripka because, more contemporary doesn't drive me crazy, but it does when a citrine looks like that. And Judith Ripka's quality, look how thick her metal is. She didn't spare any expense. And what I loved about this one, look at that almost double fleur-de-lis underneath the stone. So you can almost see that design through the stone as my camera continues to struggle to cooperate. Sterling silver, signed Judith Ripka. Really beautiful citrine. Love that. Very bold, like a rope twist.
Bold.
Could you wear those together, do you think?
You should.
Could you wear, look, she's like, yeah, what an upsell. You know what, Mom? I'm going to keep you around.
You should.
This one, this one is 10 karat gold. It is a synthetic emerald, but look at the color and the shape of this. Why I bought this was the mounting. Look at the little hearts underneath, heart-shaped or open work. That does have a little bit of rhodium wear. It's been around a long time. 10 karat gold and very heavy shank. So very expensive ring when it was made. And they did revere these stones because synthetics were very expensive. Do not kid yourself. If that was an emerald, it would be $2.8 million, and it sure looks like a real emerald, but nope. But it would be like, maybe it'd even be more. No, it'd probably be like that size, it'd be like 1.2 million. You know, look at that though.
Gosh, yeah.
Isn't that cool? And then these are, again, CZ, but these are these the white gold ones? Yeah, these are in 14 karat white gold CZs made to look like diamonds. Very wearable. And guess what? You wouldn't have to worry if you lose these. You know, you don't have to go crazy and be concerned if those fall out. You know, earrings always seem to sneak out. For contemporary, I don't normally do this. This was a piece that was brought to me. I only have 2 consignments in this one. This is by Brighton. It was very expensive when it was new. It's Brighton. It's silver plated. Not sure what these are. They feel like stone or glass, but plated. And I loved that duality. Plain silver on this side, and then inset with little stones. Good size for Brighton as well. Very classy on this. That's why I accepted it in. I said, you know what? As long as it's affordable, I'll take it. It's something for everybody again. It's not my gig. It's not my jam, but I would, you know, hey, if it's well made, I'll do it. Same thing on this one. Made in the style of Iris Eiffel. Definitely of Iris's kind of gist and feel. Very chunky, very big gold tone, laminated to black lucite, and then these marbleized kind of tiger stripe. Really loved the craft and construction on this. You know, I thought that really appealed to me because some of these are, I don't want to say junky or trashy, but this one was a whole nother thing for somebody else. You know, not what I specialize in, but when they asked me, I said, you know what, we'll do it. We'll definitely do it. We'll try it, no problem. So there's that one. This is contemporary as well, but it's Seijin. So when I see things that are made like this, crafted like this, adjustable shank, but look at how they didn't leave a raw edge. They left it to where you could open that up. Seijin, we're almost done, aren't we? We're almost done. Sterling silver, really beautiful, genuine stones. I don't know. That one would be an everyday ring for anyone. Look at the thickness of the shank. I could talk about that one for a long time. I don't want to upsell, but I'm happy when I see some of the pieces. More bags of rhinestones. I think in this one, I only have 2 bags in this one. They go very, very small. Again, these are a hot commodity on my channel. Very small, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stones. All the people that have gotten these have been thrilled because they're vintage and very difficult to find. Again, just on this one bag, you could probably do, you know, $1,000 in repairs, at least. You know, if you got a Weiss pin and it's missing that little impossible to find stone, it could and probably be in here. They're all round in these bags. So we'll put that over there. Murano glass. I wasn't going to sell this one until the very, very end. Back in the day, in the 60s, this was $18.50. And it was Venetian, retailed through Oxford. Definitely Venetian. And why I didn't want to sell this one, this has the original Murano Made in Italy label. Now, this one is different than the other ones. This one has the Murano beads all the way up the chain, gold tone chain, Murano heart, and then I paired it with this beaded bracelet. So I tried to match the colors very, very close. I did buy the bracelet separately. So there's the Murano bracelet, and then there is the Murano heart with the beads all the way up the necklace. The other ones that we sold didn't have the foil label and didn't have beads all the way up the chain. So there's a difference there. I think this is it the second to last? Yes.
I think so.
I have one more after this, but then that's it. So there's that one. And then buttons, I decided to bring on a bag of Victorian buttons. This is going to be a treasure hunt for somebody. And why I did this was, I have so many excess buttons, and there are amazing ones in here, like an angel, cut steel, a steel cup, composition, a large mother of pearl that's carved. This one had a lot of small Victorians. Black glass with luster, carnival luster, black glass, cut steel, brass uniform buttons, pewters. Most of these buttons in here are from between 1865 and 1900. Some of the uniform buttons are newer, 1940s. The vast majority of these are all Victorian. I could show, you know, this is a Paris back. Some people sell that button by itself for like $25. And I understand why. I've been in the button world a long time, but I have so many that what's this one? Oh, let's see, now I get lost in buttons. I was supposed to make a 30-minute video and we're already 38 minutes. I get distracted. But anyway, so that's a giant bag of buttons. Then this is a Jeremy lot. We're almost done. Look at us go. This is a Jeremy lot. Costume rings galore. So there's that. There's that. There's this amazing one. Are you kidding me on this? With the kind of just soldered in shank that's got to be a somebody. And then this one is kind of the faux citrine. And then this one, let's see here. This one has genuine opals in it, but the metal is just plated. And these are Jeremy's. So if you're in store for kind of I don't want to say a dealer lot because then people say, well, if I'm not a dealer, can I not buy them? No. It's just a resale lot for, but if you're a collector and you want like a good deal, this is like your thing. You know what I mean? We could sell each one separate for X amount of dollars. We just don't have the time. So let our kind of haste be what do we say? Let our haste be your win. I don't know.
Your gift.
Yeah, your gift in a way, like my mom says. This one's 14 karat gold and amethyst. That's okay. That's all right. No problem. And then 14 karat gold. Oh, I was supposed to yell at you now. I was supposed to say, gosh darn it, what are you doing? And then get another mean comment. 14 karat gold. It's okay, Mama. You didn't knock any stone out.
Sure.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, she just wanted to make sure she didn't damage that. And guess what? Let me tell you, on the last costume rings, you can throw them across the room and they'll survive, right?
Probably.
She's looking at me like, oh, kid. So this is 14 karat gold amethyst. I love the design of this. And everyone's been asking for an amethyst ring in 14 karat. So there you go. Comes nestled in this beautiful box. I don't think that was ever worn. You can just put that. Yeah, and then just leave it over there and we'll get something for that. Then there's this paperweight. This is, I think this is Strathern. I thought these were Caithness, but I believe that this is Strathern. But look at that kind of Venetian appeal and the translucent blue ground. I love the color of this one. So yeah, that's definitely coming. We did very well when we brought paperweights on before. And in that same vein, small Fenton. Jeremy has the larger bowl to this. We're selling this as a set. So this is Fenton blue hobnail, miniature vase, and miniature ruffle bowl. And what I did in my house is I displayed them together, and the profile is fantastic because the undulation of the bowl mimics the undulation of the top of the vase. Very affordable, all hobnail, beautiful blue opalescent, and I love the little tray. Jeremy has, I think he's got the larger, slightly larger than this. So we're going to sell that as a pair. Let's wrap those up separate. Let's wrap those up separate. And this one is our last small piece. This is that drip glaze vase I was supposed to finish with on the last one, and I never got to it. Or I got to it, and maybe it was late in the sale. I don't remember. Long story short is, it is going to sell tomorrow night promptly between 4 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we're in Ohio, and 4 o'clock works really well for us. The buttons that we're going to bring, I'm only bringing 4 cards, because I'm not sure if everyone's going to go crazy for buttons. I wish I could zoom out a little bit. Let me zoom out a little bit. So I wish I could get this in the camera all the way. Great Victorian faceted black glass buttons, and these are all old, and I wish I could get the whole card in, all laid out and carefully wired on. So none of the shanks were cut off. These are Victorian black glass buttons. For the black glass or the glass collector, these are just fantastic for size. Normally the black glass Victorian buttons are much, much smaller. Look how many different shapes there are as well. So I loved those. I loved the dazzle of them. You know what, Mom, we're gonna get a bigger bag for that because that's just gonna break right through. Right. So let's do this one. This is carved mother of pearl, and absolutely great versions of mother of pearl. Deeply carved ocean pearl. There might be green snail. I didn't look close enough. This one is outstanding right here on the side. Rope twist border on this one, gigantic size. My mom has always loved mother of pearl buttons, and I can see why. And this is carded and ready to, if you want to hang it on the wall, go for it. I took these out of the frames just because shipping a wooden frame with glass, not advisable. If you want to buy a glass container separate during the sale. If you get this card and say, hey, I'd like to buy a frame separate, just let me know during the sale. I believe the frames are $30. $30 for a frame, and then we could put it in flat rate shipping. And these are black glass. These are black glass with luster, Victorian. Some are paisleys, some are just black luster glass. Love the layout of this card. Not so sure why my camera is so dark today. I don't know why it looks so dark today. I'm struggling over here to try and reset. Hey, let's reset and lock in. I don't know why it's just going dark today. I don't know, and it's not dark outside. I don't know. It's just maybe it's just me. But that card is fantastic. Wish I could get the whole thing in the whole frame, but you get the gist. So 3 cards of buttons, and then the grand finale of the sale. You know, I say save the best for last, so I did save the best for last. Look at this. Let me put the light up just a little bit more, and I'll kind of zoom in, and then we're going to call it. We're going to say this is our preview for I Cannot Believe sale number 3. This is a Levian fancy colored diamond, and it's you know, it leans pink, but it's still brown. You know, could it be Argyle mine? It most certainly could be. Does it matter what mine? No, not when it looks like that. And why I bought this one is, don't normally buy Levian. I don't normally buy contemporary, but when I can beat retail by a mile, then I say yes, I'm interested. All pave stones, candlelight diamonds up the shank, white up the other shank in this kind of omega ribbon twist design. I'm a very big fan of these open style, airy yet directional. I love how that kind of swirls and holds that stone so prominently, very secure. And look at the profile. It does sit up off the finger, but very secure. The prongs are very low, meaning wearability on this, it is everyday wear. So if you want an everyday fancy colored diamond, this would be your ring. It's fully hallmarked on the inside, Levian. Thickness of the shank, solid 14 karat white gold, really special, really fantastic, and I hope I can find it a home. I'm going to do my best, I'm going to try my best, and we'll see what happens. So I guess that probably pretty much says, I don't know why this isn't focusing. Let's try it one more time. My mom, what do you want to say, buddy?
This is about just half of the preview, because there's more that Jeremy will be having with his more costume. And higher end costume.
Higher end vintage. Yeah.
You're going to see a lot.
And bundled, like I said, bundled, you know, so that it goes. We don't want, you know, some of Jeremy's lots I saw that he put together were amazing because, you know, if I was just starting out, or if I was selling online more than I am now, I'd probably tell him don't sell it for that. You know what I mean? I would. Yeah. So good point though. Thanks for bringing that up. And she's right. I touched on that earlier, but thanks for reinforcing that, because this is basically, let's just call it what it is, half the show. And he does have, I forgot to get this. He has an amazing sterling and amethyst and diamond ring. And what else did I tell you he had? He has a Weiss set that I wish I had for this too. Purple Weiss.
There you go.
Brooch and earrings. Kind of that chipped ice style Weiss that, again, nobody can find these days. Very hard to find, I should say. I think that's it. Do you need anything else?
I don't think so.
Are you excited?
Just be there.
I know.
Be there tomorrow.
I know.
4 to 7.
You know what? What did I pay you for that advertisement? $5? Did I pay? You should see her face.
$4.
Yeah, $4. $4. Well, anyways, you know what? We had such a good time.
We had a good time.
Well, thank you, Mom. You know what? She's all smiles, and so am I. Really appreciate your time today. Go forth with your Sunday. Go spend some time with your family. Fall is coming. You know, get some time in outside. Get some fresh air. And we are super excited about tomorrow night. We start prompt at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unfortunately, after this video airs, we won't accept any more registrations for this sale, but if you want to register for the next sale, please do so, you know. But after like tonight, you know, poor Jeremy, there's no way he can get more registrations done. You know, we have to measure and sort and get ready. So we really appreciate your energy and your interest, and we are so excited about tomorrow night. We're really jazzed.
Just be ready. It's very easy to register.
Yeah, super easy to register. You know, I've been over that before. I'll drop Jeremy's link in the description, and then just what we need, the basic information. And yeah, we're good. Yeah.
I registered last time and I didn't look.
She registered last time and she lost. She tried to win like 2 things and she lost. And that's all I heard about. I love it. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much. And we really do appreciate the love and support. We really, really do. And Jeremy is so excited. And thank you again for supporting us on this whole new thing that we're doing. And we love you because we do.